everyone, I know December is not over yet, but so far it has been a very happening month. And for me, December started with my little sister's birthday, and we celebrated it at Perch because I remember the steak was so good. But this time when we had it, it was a little tough somehow, so I really think it depends on the chef you get. While the rest of the world winds down, work usually gets busier for my team in December. But we can't stop ourselves from celebrating, right? After building up some cheek muscles, we introduced our mum to churros that she really loved in the end. And we also got birds of paradise. You know their marketing strategy is to make their cones smell so good so that you'd be drawn to the shop from miles away. We got the strawberry basil and chrysanthemum, and it's quite funny. The basil smell actually comes true. How strange it is on ice cream. On the 5th, which was a Saturday, I went to Vivo to meet Jen, and of course we got our favourite pretzels from Auntie Anne's, and the queue was crazy long. I queued for 30 minutes, but it's so cute. They even have Christmas wrapping for the Christmas season. I think it's obvious where we're heading to. This is about the 100th time I've been to Sentosa this year. Such a strange place. This is what happens when you can't travel. And look at Jen enjoying her pretzel. Long story short, we tried stand-up paddle boarding for the first time together, but we couldn't take any videos because we had no foresight to waterproof our phones. But pro tip, 5 PM is a good time to go stand-up paddle boarding because the sun sets at that time, and you might just be lucky like us to get more than an hour because there's no next batch.
At first, right, was the unadventurous one, other than this place. I don't want to wear because it's not very cold and sun.
We had a nice shower in the public bath and the night was here. And the lights were so pretty. At some point, we don't know why we morphed into Chet and Tori.
Hi, welcome back to our channel. Hey, how are you guys doing?
Christmas is definitely my favorite holiday, not just because of the lights, but also because Christ is at the center of it all. It is significant because Jesus was actually born. It shows me how much God loves us to send His Son down to earth so that He can live a human life, to understand and empathize with us, and basically to know how we feel and to go through the same difficulties and suffering that we go through as men. That is also how I know that God is not a distant God. He so much wishes to have a relationship with us, to communicate with us, and essentially build a relationship with us as long as our hearts are open. It always amazes me how God is so faithful even when we're not. And even up to today, He's always pursuing us and always knocking at our doors. So back to the day. I don't know why we took so long to choose which ice cream we wanted to get, but I think we were crazy. Like, we were having dessert ahead of dinner, and we chose 3 flavours each. And also, as you can foresee and predict, the ice cream started dripping everywhere, but we had lots of fun. After that, we had dinner proper, and this was the Beyond Meat. So it's not actually meat, but it tastes just as good as meat. And we also had the avocado drink. And it's so juicy, you can't even tell that it's not meat. You can tell it's not beef, but you can't tell that it's not meat. And this is my friend complaining about how my bite is different from her bite.
Happy birthday! I don't know. I saw you. Really? When? Wait, move back. Oh, the flower on the table. Wait, I'm so happy birthday! You're so pretty. You are so pretty. I love it. And I wasn't even expecting it. By the way,
You were texting me in the you were texting me in the toilet.
I saw multitask, right?
Okay.
I love it. Thank you.
Okay.
It's so pretty.
Okay, can I take photo of you?
Dearest Rachel surprised us with flowers. And we tried modelling for her, though quite poorly. also finally tried Mr. Coconut. It was my first time after, I don't know, it's been the hype since forever, but I've never gotten around to trying it because the queues are always so long.
Rachel said she give you a present, you say what?
I don't really.
What the? I should have written your name on it. Like, yeah, I did it for you.
We also got fish cake corn dog-ish thing from Samjin Anook. It's not a very famous shop, I think, but their fish cake is really, really good. You should definitely give it a try if you are looking for a snack. It's actually 3 layers, so the outer layer is potato, then after that it's fish cake, and finally just a piece of hot dog. After all that snacking, it was finally time for our activity, and we decided to go and try the maze garden, which was really quite a maze. Maybe we were a bit like Dora the Explorer trying to find out where to go, or also like Adam and Eve wandering in the Garden of Eden. In the name of fun, we decided to part ways for a while and see if we would cross paths again. Lol, Jen always being so dramatic. They have this very cool gate concept. You can actually change the tracks by opening up the gates. Clearly paradise for the flower lover. Look at her do magic.
Your boss see this, they fire us.
Meanwhile, I was trying to be a normal human being. There is one section you can go up to look at the maze from above, and this is how the maze looks like. After the maze, we went to the Canopy Park, which was quite a very pleasant place, and it's super good for kids. I really enjoyed all the exhibits. They're all quite cute and unique. I must say I've never seen such exhibits in Singapore before. See no evil, hear no evil, and speak no evil. Honestly, sometimes I find it so hard to speak no evil because with work, I think the tendency is to just go into complain mode. But it's definitely something that I constantly have to remind myself to not be complainful. I think we were the only adults who actually tried the kiddie slides. The slides were surprisingly thrilling, and I'm not sure it's because we've gotten old or because the slides do get scarier. I also enjoyed watching many people struggle with their fear of heights as they try to cross this net. Some people have clearly resorted to crawling instead of walking. It was finally time for dinner. We were so blessed with business class seats to watch the light show. Business class seats because we were actually blocked by quite a few tall trees, but it was enjoyable nonetheless. We were very satisfied with quesadilla and pasta, and also really enjoyed the churros. Next day on the 6th of December was activity filled and fun filled. This is supposed to be behind the scenes, the effort we take to film our cycling adventure from Punggol to the last Kampung. I remember how good the weather was. It was not too hot and not rainy. The path was also mostly clear because it was a weekday.
Yeah. Malaysia.
I honestly am quite surprised that people would actually want to live in a kampong even in this modern day and age, because the facilities don't look fantastic. But I guess they're just a stone's throw away from the modern world. There's literally a big road just right next to this whole area. The colour palette of the houses here somehow just remind me of crayons and colour pencils. Chickens were clearly on the loose, and this part just sounds like nature. I really love this kind of foliage. It makes you feel like you're in a forest, yet not really at the same time. I bet the chickens were having a contest to see who would be the best alarm in the kampong. Nature needs no edits, don't you agree? Spotted this super weird black chicken, like it's not the same color as the rest, and its beak is also quite different. They probably get plenty of bananas for free. Honestly, sometimes I wonder why don't we grow more fruit-bearing plants so that everyone can have free supply of fruits whenever they want to.
Oh, we are at the Kampung, Singapore's last Kampung. Hey, today we went out of Singapore.
I know, right? Today we went to
Malaysia. There's a Malaysia in Singapore.
We didn't even bring our passport.
See, look at the houses.
Color pencil colors.
Honestly, the history of this place is fascinating.
Yeah, I guess. But no one really knows,
Yeah.
except for the residents. I don't think anybody can actually sleep in this kampong. The Roosters don't seem to take a break at all.
We are cycling today! We are cycling today! I want the whole world to know!
She's so skillful, she can cycle with one hand and film with the other.
We are on a cycling expedition. We are warming up the Punggol Sengkang route, so the next time we can go the coast-to-coast route, which is 36 kilometers. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I feel like this video is just going to be a montage of different angles. I know, right? Because we never planned. Today we shall learn this new skill. I'm trying to catch you in the picture. Yeah, you are inside. Yeah.
Honestly, before this cycling expedition, I thought I had discovered or explored almost every area of Singapore. But this journey was actually quite new to me. And really quite a pleasant surprise cause the paths are nice to cycle on and it's just full of greenery all around and it's very serene. Plus, it's wide enough for you to cycle with your friend and chit-chat at the same time. I'm so thankful that Regina had bikes so that we don't have to worry about any time limit. We pedaled into the afternoon and next up is our lunch pit stop, which was featured in Kip's video. If you're somehow feeling rich, just get the black pig one because it's really juicier and more tender.
Itadakimasu! Say itadakimasu! Hi! Let me try first. This one? Okay.
This is the normal pork,
Special pork katsu don.
Yeah. Ooh, the egg yolk.
The rice. Oh wow, the panko, the breadcrumbs. Okay, moment of truth time. Oh, oishi!
Tender lah,
Matcha
tender.
oishi!
Tender and good.
It's very thick. Well, the rice and the egg is also very good.
After feeling all full and satisfied, we headed to explore the new mall in Punggol. And this was my first time trying the dirty matcha latte. I just also discovered that dirty just means it has coffee in it.
Yes. Anything with coffee is chef's kiss.
He makes matcha even better. I can't believe I'm saying it.
Yay! Oh, seriously. After like hours of cycling in the afternoon sun, and then we have this. Oh my god.
Okay, we're getting free advertising.
What more can I say?
I know it.
Ah, shiok sia. It's very good.
I taste the coffee more than matcha.
I think it's them equally.
After we had our drink, I went to the dentist and then it was soon time for dinner.
Surprise dinner. And then she has zero clue.
Yeah, it's not Bangkok.
But I might have zero clue too. You know what they say?
What?
Never assume too much. Never assume too much. Never assume that you know too much.
It's not Serangoon, I guess Paya.
We shall see about that. What's the moral of the story?
Moral of story is
The world is your oyster.
Regina don't know whether like oyster or not.
I like raw oyster.
They also like.
Very nice. But I don't like the oyster in the egg.
What you say again? What you say again?
Confirm Serangoon. It's so funny that with each passing station, right, it's supposed to eliminate options, so end up opening even more options.
What's that? Later Serangoon we never get up. I don't know what to do.
So, look at where we are.
What's the Kovan?
Kovan. 刚才说什么 Kovan 不可能是不是？
啊，Kovan 有什么
我也不懂。
？Kovan has nothing. Okay, I've never been to Kovan.
I am so not familiar with this place. Yeah. I think maybe here.
Heartland Mall. Oh, Heartland Mall. Heartland Mall.
Don't know also leh. 我是 create adventure for myself.
Yes, yeah. I don't even know where we're going. I don't even know Kovan 是什么。
I must say I was completely clueless of where we were gonna have dinner.
Check Google Maps.
你有什么感想现在？
I don't believe.
Why you don't believe? Maybe we take bus? I don't know. Or maybe there's a Grab waiting for us. I don't know.
If we grab, we will have grab all the way.
Regina, where are you bringing me? I tell you already, this one, I'm also quite new to this space. So as much as it's an adventure for you, right, I also don't know where I'm going. need to find.
Nice.
Hey, you got secret bottle. Got secret bottle. To the next building. Got secret bottle. You believe in magic? You believe in magic?
Yes,
Yeah,
no.
you
I don't believe. Where got secret bottle? You fake me is here. This is the place now. 是骗人的，
Why
骗
nobody?
子，是蜡笔小新。
什么？
蜡笔小新。
I'm bringing you to the
骗我
Narnia 嘞。
哪里呀？哪里啊？哪里呀？哪里呀？飞上边。
Nice. Where's the table?
OK。什么鬼？So where's our secret bottle?
哈？
Where's our secret?
我不知道那个 secret bottle 在哪里。
哪里？
哈？你看你前面。
你要算到，it's because my eyesight like this.
Where is 那个 secret bottle? Look at her face of confusion and shock.
Wait, I was just testing 手机呢。Then I was just testing.
你讲什么 Kovan 没有东西了是不是？耶！ I was totally not expecting. 太好了。
Then Shirley was like, where are you? Where's the house?
Yeah, it was already with her. We were on the same bus.
Oh my god.
Caught the same bus.
I think I damn blur.
Then I still ask her. Usually when she send you video, will you send her back or not? Don't you?
I honestly think this was the most surprise I felt in my entire life because I think I'm usually quite a sharp person and I'll be able to spot a secret or a surprise, but this time I was completely clueless. And I remember the night before, I was just thinking to myself how nice it would be if we all gathered together. And I can't believe they made it happen as much as it was totally unplanned on my part. We also definitely overate. I remember feeling so full, I was bursting at the seams and I could barely sleep that night. So the next morning, to aid my digestion, I tried to do a little workout and wow, I realized I've never really seen Pasir Ris in the daytime. I usually see it in the evening and it looks quite different somehow. A lot brighter and a lot clearer, but definitely way too hot for comfort. That afternoon, I finally caught up with Sofina again, and she brought me to have the best durian dessert I've ever had in Singapore. So thoughtful, right? Because she knows I love durian. I think it's becoming a trend for me these days to have dessert before dinner, because this was what happened again. Pizzas were surprisingly good, and it was nice catching up. The next day, it was my actual birthday and I was a woman on a mission to claim all my freebies. Just kidding. I really quite enjoy lunch with my mom and sis, and the miso salmon pasta here is super fantastic. The salmon was really tender and I can feel that the food here is generally quite healthy. Here's a pro tip, so you get free boost on the day of your birthday if you're a Boost member. And remember earlier on in the morning when I got Mr. Coconut, it was also free because it was my birthday month. So there are quite a number of freebies for you to claim. I think mango magic is one of the nicer flavors if you like your drink sweet in general. Dinner was at Genki and it was a mum. The shrimp one here and the salmon are my favourite from Genki. We decided to get this for dessert and it was disgusting, so please don't buy it from this shop ever. It's just not nice at all. I lit the candle that my friends got for me for my birthday. And every time I see candles, I somehow remember the verse that says that God's word is the lamp unto my feet and the light unto my path. Truly, I needed God's guidance because the next day we were called back to return to office for training. And I brought along another of my favorites. Side note, can't believe that there's actually a Christmas tree in the office when nobody is in the mood to celebrate Christmas here. But yes, this is my favorite chocolate drink of all time, and I'm super touched that my friends remembered. And yay, my mentor treated us to lunch at Gosso. My colleague also gave me chocolates that he got from Paris. Yums, I love chocolates. I recalled that I had urgent work due the next day that I had not started on, but I wasn't gonna let work ruin my birthday week. And I finally caught up with this girl after ages because we barely returned to the office. And Sarnies has always been on my to-go for a long time. The next morning, I had cake from my friends, the day cake, which was very good, from coffee bean and tea leaf. That weekend, I visited the Green Corridor for the first time ever. I remember trying to come to this place 10 years ago or so and couldn't find it. What a turn of events, because we saw a girl who hit her head after falling off from a bike. And thank goodness my friend is a doctor, so he could at least offer some help. And eventually she got wheeled away on the ambulance. I was also pleasantly surprised that the rail corridor passes through what used to be the holding campus of my school. First time trying the shrimp, and their noodles are great in generous portions. My friends are so cute, they gave me this little pet project to do. So I potted the seeds and I hope my chai sim will grow out soon. So today I just completed a run. This run is special because I actually finished the entire Pasir Ris beach. I've never done it before. Normally I do one side and I'm like dead tired, or I find that it's too late and too dark. Okay, but then again, what's too dark if I run at 12 AM, right? Yeah. So usually I guess I'm just too tired or not motivated enough. And I guess this is the difference that rest makes, because I kind of rested from yesterday afternoon to today evening, and now I can finally do a proper run. Yeah, final achievement for 2021. And that was how I ended my birthday week. Thank you, friends, for loving me in my love language, for spending quality time with me, and for generously treating me to meals. I really feel so blessed to have each one of you in my life. To many more years ahead.